All right, guys, here it is, the season finale of House of the Dragons. Just going to go ahead and just give my initial thoughts to this episode, guys. You know, as you guys all know, I'm not a huge fan of the show. And it's sad is because I was at the very beginning. I just think that this show is just so saturated. It's so diluted compared to, what we're getting from Game of Thrones, what we got from Game of Thrones, and then, of course, what we're getting from a Knights of the Seven Kingdom. There's no character development. There's just there's no real person to truly root for in this show. And just it's just very kind of corny. It's just corny in a lot of ways. But I'm not gonna dive into that. I just want to dive into this episode. Now, this episode I thought was one of its better episodes. Let's just be real. It was one of its better episodes overall. I I did like, of course, the Battle of Tumbleton, and this was an aspect of the show that I felt was truly missing compared to, of course, what we've been getting. It's the build up to the battle. That's half of the battle, I guess you could say, right? That's what got us. What made it so great was the whole build up. The battle of Blackwater Bay, the battle of at the Wall. They're just everything that built up. And then of course the battle happening, and then of course it ending. Right, we got it from start to finish. Well, I felt in this show we always got it at the very end, and then they won. Good job. But this episode did a really good job with that. Kind of got you ready. Hey, man, I'm ready for this battle, man. When's it going to happen? It's going to start any minute now. I'm ready, ready. So I did like it from that perspective. I thought it did a really good job. And this was the first time I ever seen Damon get his butt whooped, man. Just to be real, he got his butt whooped, man. He got saved by his dragon. But fighting the aspect with the Northmen, of course, coming in and ransacking the city, running through while they're shooting arrows. That was pretty cool. So good job to you guys on the House of Dragon Makers on that one. I enjoyed it. Now, when it comes to, of course, the character arcs, man, I just think that none of these characters I root for. You know, none of these characters I root for. I think that they're all kind of just really garbage people. Maybe that's the point. I just think they're kind of dumb. They all make dumb decisions, right? Like you got the whole guy. He turned on Rhaenyra, who gave him a dragon. Now I understand she ain't. We're gonna get to her in just a minute. David smacked him across his mouth, for not listening and all that stuff. But his motivation is I just want to get drunk with my friends and sleep with a bunch of women and have a house. And yeah, that's all I want, man. That's all I want. And Damon's not there. I gotta give that to me. So like what a bum for real. Like, what I mean? Like, how can you root for somebody like that? Whatever. I did like the guy Orman, RIP to my boy Orman Hightower. He was probably one of the better aspects of this season. I did like it, the way he was clowning his cousin. That was pretty funny. And just kind of, he played a pretty solid villain, I thought. Uh, and of course it was, him and Damon. They were almost. He was looking for him. That would have been pretty cool. But the way it happened with him, I thought that was really funny, right? He stuck it right up his ass, and he's like, he said, "Good." He said, "That's a good prop fucking man." That was pretty funny. Uh, it almost reminded me from kind of like Roadhouse, right? Remember in Roadhouse where he do puts him in the headlock at the end? He's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. Like imagine getting into a fight with somebody and then he put you in like, oh damn, but pretty funny there. So I kind of like the way that was pretty funny, a little cheesy, but man, I enjoyed that part. Now, when it comes to Rhaenyra and her character arc, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know if it was their intention, is to kind of start nearing Rhaenyra to start to be a villain in a sense. I don't know if that was kind of their intention from the get go, but I'll tell you what, they did a damn good job if that's the case. Because I can't stand a minute that this woman is on the screen. I can't stand it, man. I cannot stand it. I almost want to skip every single moment that she's on there, and it was like skip, 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 skip. Okay, finally she's off the screen. I can watch it now. I mean, she's that insufferable to me. I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if it's the actress's portrayal of her, or if that's just how they wrote her. Man, I just tell you what. I can't stand her, you know. And in the way that the way that she treats individuals, she can't expect people to just, And I get it. Look, she's I'm the dragon, but you got to be respected at the end of the day, right? And she has no respect for nobody. Now that was a little gangster the way she snatched that girl's throat like that. It kind of reminded me of the way my wife be snatching my daughter. When my daughter gets a little mouthy, my wife said, "What? What'd you say? What'd you say?" I love it. That's what it reminded me of. But the way that she treats her sister, that's your sister. You know what I mean? Like that's your sister. You ain't gotta like your sister, but that's your sister at the end of the day. And pretty much holding her sister prisoner and all this BS. And it's just sad the way she treated her, and she was trying to come at her like she cared and all this stuff. Like Rhaenyra's a pretty evil person. I'm just being straight up. And Damon has always been my favorite character from the get go. I thought Damon was pretty awesome. You don't like him, but you like him at the same time. But I do like Damon, and I like the way he just wants to fight. But he's kind of an idiot in himself with the way that he just continues to like empower his wife and follow her. What a goofball, right? What a goofball. So and look, I'm all for empowering my wife, man. But at the end of the day, his wife is an evil woman. He knows that she is not fit to rule. She is just not a good ruler. She's too emotional, to be honest with you. And the way she sent her girl off, oh man, that's supposed to be your little boo thing. Taco, taco kisses, taco kisses, taco kisses, taco kisses. But overall, it was a good episode. I thought it was a good episode. Now, was it a good enough episode to make up for, I don't know, the last 6 episodes? No, no, no. But from an overall episode standpoint, I thought they did a really good job to finish out the season. You kind of see where it's going. You got the whole thing with Eamon and his brother forgiveness. They're going to work together now. We're going to see what happens. But I think maybe I could stand one more season of this show. I could watch the last season just to kind of finish it, man, because I ain't no quitting bitch. But overall, man, this show's getting hard to watch. A lot of the characters are just not enjoyable. Some of the acting I think is not very good either. Uh, but some good battles, some good fights. Um, you do have some characters you like, right? Damon and I did like Orman. R.I.P. to him. You'd like the Northman. Tommy Flanagan killed it. Um, but other than that, you don't really have anybody you root for, man. I can't root for Aegon. I think he's still a goofball. I still think Aegon's a goofball. I see a lot of people say, "Oh, I like Aegon." Nah, he's a goofball too. But overall, this episode, I think this episode was pretty solid. I give it an 8 out of 10 for sure. I'm gonna do my season review. I'm gonna review the entire season, give my assessment, my overall rating for that in the follow up video. So be sure to come back and check that out, guys. But let me know what you thought of the season finale. Did you enjoy it? What were some of your favorite moments? Do you still think the show is lackluster like me? Let me know what you guys think down below.